Neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections, is central to understanding how spiritual and meditative practices affect the mind. When Gurdjieff spoke of waking up, and when Orthodox Christians speak of theosis, both traditions are touching on this transformative potential. Meditation and prayer, key aspects of both the Fourth Way and Orthodox spirituality, have been shown to activate brain regions associated with self-regulation, emotional control, and higher-order thinking. Neuroscientific research on mindfulness, for instance, reveals that long-term practitioners show increased gray matter density in the prefrontal cortex, the area responsible for self-awareness and decision-making, and a reduction in the size of the amygdala, which is associated with fear and emotional reactivity. These changes reflect a shift toward a more centered, peaceful, and attentive mind, echoing the spiritual goals of apatheia and nepsis. Similarly, Gurdjieff's practice of self-remembering, being constantly aware of oneself in the present moment, can be understood as training the brain to operate from a higher, more integrated level of consciousness. By shifting out of automatic reactive patterns, practitioners are reshaping their neurocircuitry to reflect a more aware and conscious mode of being. This intentionality aligns closely with the Orthodox practice of prayer of the heart, particularly the Jesus prayer, which is repeated continuously to bring the practitioner into an ongoing state of divine presence and awareness. Over time, this repetition not only reinforces new spiritual habits, but also creates lasting neurological changes that reflect a more centered and harmonious state of being. The process of inner healing in both the Fourth Way and Orthodox Christianity can be compared to modern psychotherapeutic models that focus on addressing maladaptive thought patterns and emotional disturbances. The Orthodox tradition views sin not merely as a moral failing, but as a form of spiritual and psychological illness. The passions, or logismoi, are seen as compulsive thought patterns that distort one's perception of reality, akin to modern psychological concepts like cognitive distortions. In Orthodox spirituality, the remedy for this affliction is spiritual warfare, fought through prayer, fasting, and watchfulness. By continually observing and correcting the thoughts, emotions, and impulses that lead one away from divine presence, the practitioner engages in a process akin to cognitive restructuring in modern therapy. This process allows for a deeper connection to God and the realization of the divine image within. The Fourth Way similarly sees the inner work as a means of transcending mechanical habits and achieving a state of greater freedom. Through self-observation and the practice of intentional effort, practitioners are encouraged to become free from the automatic reactions that dominate their ordinary lives, which in turn creates new pathways for higher consciousness. Both traditions recognize the need for sustained conscious effort to achieve a transformation of the self, a transformation that is now understood in terms of neuroplasticity. The convergence of Gurdjieff's Fourth Way teachings, Orthodox Christian asceticism, and modern neuroscience reveals a fascinating intersection of spiritual and scientific understanding. Both spiritual traditions emphasize the importance of watchfulness, self-observation, and the purification of thoughts, practices that modern neuroscience confirms can lead to significant changes in brain structure and function through neuroplasticity. The transformative power of these spiritual practices is not merely a matter of belief, but a reality grounded in the plasticity of the human brain. In this way, the inner work of Orthodox Christianity in the Fourth Way provides a profound psychotherapeutic impact, reshaping the mind structure and leading to greater awareness, peace, and transcendence. The Ladder of Divine Ascent, Evagrius' teachings on thoughts, and Gurdjieff's methods of self-remembering are all pathways that cultivate this transformation, guiding individuals towards spiritual awakening and, in the language of neuroscience, the rewiring of the mind for a higher state of being. The relationship between neuroscience and spiritual teachings on humility, purification, and illumination reflects a deep intertwining of the brain's capacity for transformation and the ancient wisdom of human spiritual evolution. These practices, which are central to the path of enlightenment or union with God, correspond closely to the highest potential of the human mind and nervous system. In particular, the concept of self-remembering, or the third state of consciousness, as articulated in Gurdjieff's Fourth Way, highlights the latent capabilities of human awareness and how these capacities have been explored in both classical spiritual traditions and modern neuroscience.